Hello, fellow YouTubers, once again. Today, as the second part of the Flourish series, I want to talk about springing cards. Springing cards looks like this, and it's a pretty nifty way to show off your skill with cards. It's really not that hard to do, but every time I find myself doing it, people always go, "Whoa, do that again?" And then you do it again, and then they think you're something special with the deck, or you're some sort of card shark or something. But no, like I said, pretty easy to do, so that's why it's coming so early in the series. And I want to talk about a few different ways that people do it. First of all, one way to do it, and the way that I do it, is you let the cards come off your fingertips, like this. They go off your fingertips. Another way to do it is to let the cards come off your thumb. I'm not particularly good at that way, so as you can probably tell from there. But, long story short, those are the two different ways you can do it. So, because I can't do it the thumb way, I'll just be teaching the fingertip way. But once you watch how to do it with the fingertips, and then if you look at how I'm doing it this way, you'll probably be able to figure it out yourself. Okay? So, how do you spring cards? Well, you want to hold the deck in a biddle grip, and then put your index finger along the edges of the cards as well. So I don't know if this grip has a name. It probably does, because it's such a basic way to hold the cards. But it's basically just a biddle grip with your index finger on the outside edge along with the rest of your fingers. So that's how you're holding the cards. Now what you're going to do is you're going to bow the cards inside towards your hand like this. Okay, you're just going to bend them like that and create a lot of pressure. And then eventually what's going to happen is the cards are going to want to come out. You don't want to bend them like this, because then when the cards go out, they're either going to go this way or they're going to go this way, and you don't really have a lot of control over that for springing. That's another thing called the dribble, which looks like that. And that's when you bow them the other way, using your index finger as leverage instead of holding it on the outside of the deck. You use it as leverage, and you just let the cards fall one at a time as you slowly bring your fingers up. But that's not really anything fancy. That doesn't really fall under the flourishes. That's just something you sort of do. I mean, everybody sort of figures that one out for themselves eventually, once they've been playing with a deck of cards for long enough. So, man, I'm really getting off topic here. Anyway, you hold the cards, biddle grip, index finger, bow them inside towards your hand, and now they're going to want to spring out. And you're just going to let them. So, it's going to go something like this. Okay, they're just going to be coming off your fingers. If you hold your thumb low enough on the cards, they won't come off your thumb. You want to control which way they go. Either way, whether you want to do it thumb or fingers, it's up to you. And then once you can do that, and once you get that down, once you get that springing down, okay, just like that, and you want to do it a little more even. Once you can get it going even, I'll show you what I mean by even. I'm not even sure this is going to work, so we'll just see. Okay. You get it going a little like this. Okay. That's how it looks when it's even. And then you know you're ready to move on to actually catching the cards. You don't want them to be going everywhere, so you want to make sure they're hitting about the same place every time, and in a fairly even stream. And then you're just going to do exactly the same thing, but put your hand there so you can catch the cards. And at first, you're probably going to wind up with something like this. A mess of cards on your hand. And that's okay. That's how you learn this one. You just keep working at it and working at it until you get the aim good enough that they all land in your hand. Okay, so it winds up looking something like this. Okay, and now it's hard to see that on camera, but they're all more or less in the same place in my lap, okay? And then once you've got that and you're confident you're not going to drop any of the cards, then you can lift your hand off your lap and try doing it like this. Oh, excuse me. At a fairly short distance, first of all. I mean, you don't want to move. You don't just... You want to be doing this at a short distance. You don't just want to start... Or, excuse me, you don't just want to go from doing it like this to doing it like this right away. It's not going to work. The aim is going to be completely different. So you want to start doing it close to your hand like this. And you should be able to do that. And then once you can do that, you move a little farther away. And then you move a little farther away until you can get it you know, about this far. I'm not even sure if I can do it that far, but there you have it. And then you can do it at variable, so start here, move away, and then come back and slap your hand down on top of the pack to keep it trapped. That winds up looking something like that. So it's that way, it just kind of sets you up for squaring it a little easier. I mean, if you finish off doing it like this, and then you're left with a few cards in this hand, what better to do than just smack them down on the pack and square it? It makes perfect sense. Okay, so again, that looks like that. And that's how springing the cards looks. And now all my cards are mixed, face up and face down. Hooray! That's kind of a bonus of doing the spring. If you want to flip over some of your cards for a triumph, there you go. That was a joke. Don't do that. That won't work. But anyway, now you've learned the thumb fan, and now you've learned how to spring cards. So practice that, and let me know how it goes for you. Thanks very much for watching.